Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Gaiscioch Social Gaming Community's Fall 2016 Summit. I am your host today, Benjamin Puglatopoli, the founder and activities director for the Gaiscioch Social Gaming Community. Thank you guys so much for being here. We've decided to do these quarterly instead of monthly, so we're kind of wrapping them all into one big lump of a presentation today. Not too big. Should blow right through it. If you have any questions, comments, anything at all, feel free to post them in Twitch, YouTube, or in Discord. We are watching. If you'd like to join us in Discord and actually ask some questions on the air, feel free to go to gsch.info/ce, and that will drop you right in the room that we're sitting in. Thank you so much for being here, guys. You guys are what keeps us going, keeps us pushing on, and drives us forward. So thanks for being a part of that. Let's go ahead and dive right into things. First thing, I wanted to open up the floor for member announcements. Does anybody have anything that they would like to share with the community, share with the viewers out there about what they're doing personally? Anyone at all?
There's always me.
Go for it, Gma.
I'm playing with my grandkids for the next week. So I'm having a great time with them, and they're actually starting to learn Guild Wars 2. And we normally play Pirate 101, but they're growing. It's fun. We're real people with real lives.
We'll have them addicted to Guild Wars in no time.
But they already want to run around and run the character they made and fly off things. It's been really fun.
I'll have to teach them how to properly fall off cliffs. So I'd like to challenge you guys, those of you that are in this room. I would like to see who could come up first with something that they're proud of another member doing this month. If you could think of something and come up first, I'm going to mail you a patch.
He's not here. He's not here, but I can tell you one of our new social adventure managers took over a game called Warframe. And he took our little dojo that we had and turned it into this absolutely magnificent. I can't speak. Magnificent mansion-style guild hall. I mean, this thing is just wow. And he pretty much did it all himself, all the work, all the material donations, spent countless hours doing that pretty much all by himself. Hagel, I don't think he's with us. I think he's probably AFK down in his own channel, but yeah, I'm really impressed with that. That's got to be one of the best the best pieces of work I've ever seen.
I have to agree. Burb, you wanted to say something? Go for it.
I wanted to point out that Gwen, I don't know if she's here either, it doesn't look like it, but she has been doing a great job leading little events in Elder Scrolls, and I'm very proud of the fact that she's doing that.
Yeah, definitely. ESO definitely had quite the terrible month, and I'll get to that in a few slides, but they've really come together as a community and kind of huddled up around each other and started doing stuff for each other. So really proud of that whole community for just bonding in the way that they have over the past month. So, and then I see Shay Laura is proud of Asmina for putting up with them for the past year and not strangling them in advance to their wedding next month. So congratulations to those two who are getting happily married. Sure, you guys are going to be quite the fun item. So I look forward to hanging out with you both. Anyone else have anything that they want to give a shout out to somebody?
I just want to give a general shout out. Thanks to Kitty for all that she's doing with Life is Feudal. We've got a growing little community both inside and outside of GSCH, some of whom are joining GSCH. And we've got a lot of various little things going on. We hold events most weekends for getting together and doing something silly. If anybody's interested, feel free to take a look at what we've got going on and let us know.
Thank you.
Awesome.
I'd like to mention Mika. A lot of us know him as Colin. He's been running dungeons. He's been doing as much as he possibly can to get people through stories. He's just really volunteered a lot of his time to help with that. And I myself have been trying to learn how to lead some fractals in dungeons, and he's been one of the persons to back me up on that. So I think Mika is doing a great job there for us on Guild Wars 2.
Yeah, he's Mika. You are definitely going above and beyond lately. I know that you've really kind of hooked your head up for the Weekend Warriors and really helped out in that. And with all the stuff that you're doing in GW2 is pretty awesome. So thank you, Mika, for all your hard work.
Yeah, thanks for your kind words, and it's fun to see a constant flow of people joining, and I have been very happy with our Sunday raids.
All right, well, we will go ahead and move forward. This last month, just a few weeks ago, I think it was 17 days today, we lost Pallius, who went in for a routine procedure or a fairly simple procedure, but didn't come out of it. He passed away 17 days ago. We had a memorial from last night. I will put the video up on YouTube so you guys can all see it. If you care. If you would like to help support his family, there's a GoFundMe link down below. You can go to that link and help contribute towards his son's college fund. So thank you, everybody, for just kind of rallying together and pulling everyone together. It's a really hard time. This is our fifth person in 4 years that we've lost that's been like really influential and impactful in our community. Just about everybody knows all 5 of them. So it's really hit you hard, and it's something that I'm finding that we're having to deal with a lot more than we ever thought we would. But losing Pallius was definitely a hard hit for the ESO community. I mean, he was one of their big event runners, one of the funnest people to be around. A real practical joker most of the time. So it's kind of a sad day to lose him, but he will live on through all of us. So do take some time to go read about him. We got a post on the forum where you can post some words and stuff. We'll be posting that towards his family so that they can see it too. Our heart really goes out to him. We're going to go ahead and go forward with our community update. We got some fun things coming up. First and foremost, we have the 2016 Gaiscioch Family Meetups. This we do every year. Kind of hit the East Coast, West Coast. West Coast party is going to be on September 4th at 8 p.m. at Fido's Irish Pub in Seattle, Washington. Same weekend as PAX. Everyone that's traveling there for PAX will be there on Sunday night. It's usually pretty tame at the local pub there. We'll have some of the developers that you guys know and love showing up, have some great food, great laughs, fun times all around. That party has consistently gotten bigger each year. We should probably be around 15 to 20 people this year, I would say. East Coast party, last year we had, 12 or 14, something like that. That's going to take place again September 30th at 6 p.m. Eastern. That's at Fido's Irish Pub in Atlanta, Georgia. And then for any of you guys that like pizza, I'm buying the first 5 pizzas August 13th. For the people that come out to the Bellagio's Pizza, we're in Beaverton, Oregon. That's off Cornell Road. That'll be around 2 p.m. We have a special guest who traveled 3,000 miles to visit with us. So if you aren't there and you're local, you're missing out on pizza. Sorry. Also coming up, we have Extra Life 2016. If you have not signed up yet, go to gsch.info/extralife or gsch.info/extralife-register, I believe is a quick link, and that will get you signed up for this year's event. I am going to be working with the various event leaders to try to pack our calendar with as many events as we can in those 2 weekend days. So we typically break the Extra Life across 2 days because we're old and we can't stay up 24 hours playing video games anymore. So we have basically 2 8-hour blocks, and you are welcome to join us in whatever game you're playing. We will also be traveling around doing a live stream broadcast of some of your favorite games that you've voted for over the years for our streams. So we will be heading over there and probably be playing about 12 of them. We'll probably have 12, basically 6 per day, various games to play. And if you want to get involved in those, just let us know, and I will be happy to have you tag along. Should be a fun time as always. This will be, I believe, our 5th year or 6th year doing it. So it's always a fun time. And we finally got our Gaiscioch Armory together. So we finally got our flag football team's uniforms made, and with that came the Gaiscioch Armory, which is powered by Mojo USA. They're a very cool dye sublimation company out of Ohio. And they were kind enough to help us design these crazy-looking jerseys that nobody's ever had. And this is pretty much our final design. We've been working on these, Don, since 2 years ago. We started working with these and building prototype after prototype after prototype. And this is the final design. So, yeah, this is definitely a good company that makes very nice products. They actually designed the middle jersey here is actually of actual football jersey material so that it doesn't tear. The first generation that we had actually tore pretty easily, so we decided to go with a more durable fabric, and we actually got to choose the fabric that we were going to use, and so they pretty much built that custom for us. So definitely check it out, gsch.info/armory. You can order any one of those 3 things that you see, and there's a few more items. There's more items coming. The next up is going to be our plate mail style uniforms, so you can wait for those to come out. So now we're at questions and answers, guys. Does anyone have any general Gaiscioch questions and answers? If you're in Twitch or YouTube, feel free to type away in the chat, and we will be happy to field your questions. And this is basic Gaiscioch questions. Save the GW2, ESO, or social adventure questions for later. We'll have separate parts for all of those.
Tough crowd.
Yep.
We're well informed.
Well, I make it a habit to be around all day, every day, like weeks on end, so that if anyone ever has any questions, they can jump into my room anytime, whether they're Gaiscioch or not, and ask away. I'm happy to answer them anytime. Just go to Discord, gsch.info/ce, or you can go to gsch.info/discord if you'd like to learn more about Discord and how to install it, how to join our channel. I see somebody asking about parties in the middle of the United States. I would like to, guys, but I have to go where my flights are paid for. As you guys know, we don't make any money at Gaiscioch. This is all pretty much my hobby. And, well, some guys have hobby cars, some guys have hobby boats, some guys have hobby sports. I have hobby video games. And, while my rig might not be the best rig, my gaming community is as pretty well stocked as I can make it for what it is. So until I start making money off Gaiscioch, which I don't really want to do, it's going to be very hard for me to do a Midwest party unless somebody somehow gets me a free ticket to a Ohio State Buckeye game when they're playing Michigan. Then I might actually make something happen. But just saying.
Hey, Michigan's amazing.
Yeah, they're amazing. They lose so many times to my Buckeyes.
Sorry.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Oh, sorry.
My mouth.
Sorry. Hey, you know what? It's a funny story. I will let you in on a little story about my grandfather. He was a very strong Protestant, very strong kind of Irish background, always telling people that if you believe in something, like you commit to something, you need to commit for life. You don't like them this week and then change your mind next week. You go all in or nothing. And at the time, I really liked tigers. I mean, like, I had tiger wallpaper, tiger blankets, tiger everything. If it had tiger pattern on it, I wanted it. I wallpapered my entire room with Cincinnati Bengal cards because they wore tigers. So yeah, I became a Bengal fan. So not the best team to ever choose growing up in San Jose, California. But, you know, it served its purpose for liking tigers. Well, they asked me about college. What would you like for college? So I said, oh, well, Ohio State's right there next to Cincinnati. I guess I'm an Ohio State Buckeye fan, right? Little did I know, my grandfather played basketball for Michigan. That kind of went sideways. So I became the only Buckeye fan in my entire family full of Michigan lovers. So, yeah. Nice.
Ian asked
Thank
a
you.
question.
Go ahead, Ian.
He says, how do you have enough energy to do everything that you do?
Optimization of time, automation, a really, really, really supportive, awesome family. I mean, my mom games with me, my dad games with me, my daughter games with me when she can, my wife lets me game, which is huge. It's really kind of a family effort, and it really kind of keeps it going. If I didn't have the support network, this wouldn't be here. So it's great. Cloning would be cool, but I'm kind of worried if I had a clone, I might get a little too competitive with myself, and that would be bad. Yes, I will be at the East Coast meeting. Am actually going to be out there for a conference that week, and so I will be there in person. So drive on up. Should be fun. All right, let's go ahead and move on forward. Community progress report. This is kind of where we're at. Active population. Instead of showing you graphs for each individual game, I figured why not merge them all together? And I started tracking social ventures back in July. So we have social ventures on the chart now. So you can see overall at Gaiscioch, we have 669 active members. That's somebody that did something, claimed some kind of event, basically, over the past 30 days. So 669 people have done that. 327 of them were GW2 events claiming. 178 of them were claiming ESO events, and 130 of them were claiming social adventure events. So social adventures is definitely on the map, definitely becoming one of our little contenders there. If you're wondering what social ventures are, Gaiscioch launched a little group of fun recreational activities called social ventures. It's basically our GSCHs. You'll see GSCH around the internet, and those are pretty much player run. Various members within our community decide to spawn them up and run them. And it's pretty much like little baby Gaisciochs. Yes, Gaiscioch is so big we started having babies. There you go.
400 babies.
Yes. And they're having fun and laughing and going on crazy adventures of their own.
They grow up so fast.
This is the crazy part, guys. Based on the number of events that are flowing through the Gaiscioch site, I thought you guys would like to see this. Social adventures have actually become the majority of the events run on our site. Crazy, huh? Mind blown. So 35% have been Guild Wars 2, 16.6% ESO, and 47.6% have been social adventures. How do those social adventures break down? Well, 20.7% have been for Black Desert Online, 14.8% have been for WoW, 7.7% have been for Warframe. See the Haggle comment? We put him in charge of that community and let him run crazy, and he has really taken the ball and just run with it, and has turned that into a 7.7% of all events Gaiscioch claimed over the last 30 days have been Warframe. That's pretty impressive. Well done. And then that little purple slice is other. So those are every other game that we play together and do random things. So yeah, keep on keeping on, guys. I think the social adventures were definitely a good addition to our family and gives you guys a way that you guys play other games together without being excluded from the family's activities. So thank you for pushing forward those. Thank you for keeping those alive, and thank you for having fun with each other. That's the big important part. So social media, Twitter's still killing it. I don't know what happened with Twitter, but Twitter's definitely killing it. A few months ago, we did something different. I forget what, but it just blew up, and we started getting a lot of people following us on Twitter, which is good because Twitter is how we communicate to everybody.
Hello?
Yeah, he cut out.
Did my mouse broke? When did I cut out? Around Twitter?
After Twitter? Yep.
Yeah, just after Twitter, or in the middle of it.
In the middle of
talking
Twitter, you will find Twitter. Actually, go to gsch.info/Twitter, and you'll find our Twitter account. With our Twitter account, you can learn about all our news. Everything that we publish in the magazine goes there. Everything that we stream goes there. Everything that we do with the community goes there. So, yeah, definitely subscribe to that. Follow it. Feel free to retweet, share us with your friends. I personally have always hated Twitter, but I'm actually starting to like it, weirdly enough. So, yeah, I guess eventually it does wear off on you, and you end up liking it. So other than that, our YouTube and Twitch followers have just kind of been steadily gaining. No real jumps, just kind of a straight line up. We definitely have increased our kick out of live streaming content. Smitty has a stream now. We're about to launch Twyla's stream. Yay, Twyla.
Yay!
And yeah, if you are a live streamer and want to join the team, just connect with me. Let me know, and we can get you plugged in. We got several slots that are available. Eventually, I would like to run content pretty much every day, and you know, have various games, various things, various game styles, game play types, PvPers. If there's any competitive group out there that wants to show PvP, like legit PvP, let me know, and I'd love to share that with you. So, yeah, check it out. So we're going to go on to Guild Wars 2 news. So can anyone tell me what happened this last week or so in Guild Wars 2? Come on.
Living Story 3.
That's right, Living Story Part 3. We've waited a long time for this. It's finally here, and it's getting a little crazy. This season, I guarantee, is going to kind of turn things up on its head. I decided, you know what, it's about time that I focus on the Living Story and actually do some Living Story this season. Yeah, last season, didn't touch it. We did one stream of Epic Adventure with it, and that was pretty much it. But this season, I'm actually going to go through the whole thing. Dawn has agreed to be my henchman on Friday nights, and we are going to try to do the entire Season 3 in character. So we're trying not to break character, and we're trying to do the whole thing in character, which is a totally new concept for me, totally new concept for Dawn, but we're having fun doing it, and we're going through Living Story Season 3 doing it, so it should be fun. So if you don't have Guild Wars 2 and you're curious what the hell we're talking about, check out our YouTube. We have these Guild Wars 2 Living Story season. It's under the Guild Wars Adventures. We call it Guild Wars Adventures, not Guild Wars 2 Adventures, because eventually we plan on going back to the first one and showing you some of the content there too. So it should be fun. So event changes. My events have been kind of crappy these last months. Mainly because my schedule was so crazy, and it's not going to get any less crazy going through September. By the end of September, my schedule should be back to normal, and I should be able to have regular events like a regular person without having you guys wonder, so is missions Tuesday, or is it Thursday, or is it Friday, or Saturday, or when is it? I can't figure this out. Yeah, I'm really not being a good kind of consistent leader right now, and that's mainly I had my daughter, had conference, ended up having honeymoon, and then next month I'm going into 2 conferences in the same month. So yeah, it's going to be a little crazy. So bear with me. To the best of my knowledge, this is how my events are going to be this next month. Tuesdays we're going to have Siege War at 6 p.m. That's going to be World v. World. We're also going to try to do the missions as long as the missions don't change on me. So if you are a Guild Wars 2 member and you see the little gear up at the top of the mission screen, don't touch it. We're trying to leave it on World v. World so that we have these missions that we can do twice a week. If you touch it, we can't do them. So please don't touch it. Don't touch the shiny.
They're shiny.
Don't touch it, kitty. And then we actually figured out a way that we don't have to alternate Thursdays. So at 5 p.m. on Thursdays, we're going to do sort missions by themselves. Immediately following the sort missions, we're going to have Terrafor's Terragriffs. Right? That's the right word?
Right. Hellabunka's daggers,
Yes.
Terrafor's Terragraphs. It doesn't matter what we call them.
Terrafor's going to lead you in World v. World and
There you go.
totally obliterate people. So you have your missions each week, and then you have World v. World. Now, in the next month, September, we're actually going to be opening up our Sunday missions at 7 p.m. So those will be running, and most likely I will be dropping the Thursdays for September because my schedule is going to be out the window, and I'm going to be a flake, and I hate being a flake. Nothing more I hate in this world than flakes. So, yeah, so you got to bear with me another couple months. The conference season's almost over. Schedules will be back to normal. Things will be back the way that they were, nice and consistent and regular. I apologize. And then Fridays, 5 p.m., we're still going to do the Hold the Line World v. World, and we'll also try to hit up as many of the guild missions as we can in World v. World while we're there. That's kind of our last line of defense, waiting for the reset. The nice thing about Hold the Line is that event, usually all we see out there is karma trains. So we can take a lot of stuff, we can teach a lot of people about World v. World, how to do it, and it would be a great time for you as a beginner to step on the battlefield and start learning World v. World. That would be the best time for you to do it, is that Friday 5 p.m. slot. And then for Friday, 11 p.m. Pacific, we are doing the Living Adventures with Foglana. That's our Guild Wars Adventures live stream. If you would like to be a part of that and can stay in character and play a character class that is the same as your voice, feel free to hit me up. Love to have you. It would just be a little awkward if you're a giant burly man that had a female voice. That would be kind of strange.
Hi, my name is Ormilaf.
It would just be a little weird. I mean, hey, if you wanna go with that, you know what? I say why not? Let's go with it. So,
Yeah.
but hey, it's good. So, event announcements. Event leaders, would you like to promote your events? Please feel free to chime in. Gma, go.
Okay. Mondays afternoons from 2:15 to 3:30, I do map clears, but it's more than a map clear. We have fun running around, jumping off things, falling, dying, fighting. Whatever comes our way, we hit it. And we have a pretty good time. And then on Saturday from 8 a.m. to 10, we do the same thing, except in a different area. So come join us. I'm very easy. We invite your whole family, your young kids to come along. We keep it clean, and we just have fun together as a family.
All right. Kitty, go ahead.
On Mondays, I'm going to be running Sork missions in the morning, 7 a.m. Pacific, and also in the afternoon, 5 p.m. Pacific, I'll be running the Fractal Stitching Group. Yes, we are moving from Thursdays.
Good. Kitty's no longer going to have to fight anyone over the same time.
Yeah.
Like
it's
that
all
evil
for me.
fog guy that keeps stepping all over our events.
Yeah.
All right, Terrifer, go ahead.
I'm going to be on Thursdays from looks like 6 p.m. to 8:30. We will call it either Helivanka's Taggers or Terrifer's Terragriff's Frateria. I don't know what it will end up being, but it will be at that time and place. And we'll have great fun. Please bring out an 80. We'll go do different things every night, and hopefully once a month we'll do class night. I've been promising for a while, but I still don't have my scrapper done, so I'm not quite sure. If we have any scrappers out there who are theory crafters, please get with me and talk to me, and I'd love to have you talk about how scrappers can be used. So do that, please.
Awesome. Thanks, Terrifer. Micah, go ahead.
So yeah, my events are I run dungeons on Tuesdays, 7:30 to 9:30 a.m. and I have basically rotation. So the plan is to go all the stories and all explorable paths if possible. Then on Fridays I have story time. So I will run those Living Story Season 2 story achievements and Heart of Thorns story achievements, so everyone can get those mastery points and rewards. And lastly, on Sundays, I run a raid group. It's 8 to 10 a.m. and we have been getting a lot of people, and hopefully we can start getting new bosses to it. We were able to, a couple of weeks ago, beat first time Whale Guardian.
Congratulations.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, there is a video about it on my own YouTube channel.
Sweet.
That's awesome.
All right, go ahead, Smitty.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Well, as you know, Wednesday evenings are Smitty Sabers. That's World versus World in Guild Wars 2 at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time. I love the crew that has been coming out, and I hope to get even more. It is an awesome evening. We love destroying what we can and taking what we can. Coming up soon on September the 2nd at 9 p.m. Eastern Time is the second annual Hide and Seek for Gold in Tyria. This is going to be an open community event, so hopefully we're going to get everybody into the Sork Guild when we do this. I will be hiding myself in various locations around Tyria and giving out an emote. If you can find me based on the clues I give within 10 minutes, you will win 100 gold. There'll be 10 of these games in a row with a consolation prize game at the end. If no one finds me, the gold rolls over to the next game. So potentially the consolation prize game could have 1,100 gold as a prize. So hopefully you guys are interested in something like that. It's going to be a 2-hour long event, and the last one last year was a significant amount of fun, and I know that this year's is going to be just as exciting because there were some moments where people were just seconds away from finding me before someone else did first. So hope you guys can come out and see you then.
One thing I just thought of, Smitty, for that event is you're probably going to have to drop Sork when you do that. And rep no guild.
That is correct. I do drop guild.
Okay, because it would put a yellow dot on the map now that they've.
I also put myself as offline within friend chat too. I thought of that I thought of all that stuff last year too.
Awesome, smart move. All right. So anyone else have a event that they'd like to promote or give a shout out for? All right then, moving forward. Questions and answers. Does anyone have any GW2 related questions?
Oh, I would like to say something that if you don't have the DLC, the Heart of Thorns, which is actually needed to play the Living Story Season 3, if you don't have it and you log in and unlock the Living Story Season 3, it's yours. Once you buy Heart of Thorns, you can actually play that. So, yeah, no purchase needed to unlock the Living Story Season 3.
Does anyone know if Heart of Thorns is still on sale?
It is not right now.
It is not,
okay.
Sadly.
Alright, well, you missed a 50% off sale. Sorry, guys. It will most likely happen again, so don't worry. It'll be coming 50% off again. Don't worry. Alright, let's go ahead and progress. Elder Scrolls Online time. So this last month, we saw Update 11, which was the Shadows of the Hiss DLC. Gave 2 new Argonian-themed dungeons, both normal and veteran versions. It gave 2 new monster masks and 6 unique item sets. There are new achievements, collectibles, and titles, heroic personality rewards. I have no idea what that one was, but hey, I saw it on the list, and I'm like, we gotta add it. It says heroic and personality in the same sentence. That's pretty cool. Does anyone have any feedback about Update 11? That they'd like to share?
Some really hard dungeons on vet level. 2.5 hours, we still couldn't clear it.
Wow, that's probably the longest running dungeon I've heard in ESO. That's pretty cool.
They're very mechanical based. You have to really follow through the mechanics or it's extremely difficult. That's the main thing on these dungeons.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's a steep learning curve, but I'm sure we'll all get it. The personalities are something that you equip like you would a tabard, and your tune starts acting that way on screen when he's immobile, when you're not moving him.
Interesting. That sounds kind of cool. All right, let's go ahead and progress. Do any of our ESO leaders want to promote their events?
On Monday nights, we have a new PvP event instead of running pledges. So it's Kilted's Horseback Tour of Cyrodiil. We've had fun the last couple of weeks going in there. It's a good time, very low key. Just go out there, gain some AP, learn how to PvP a little bit, and get your alliance ranks up.
Nice. Not sure we have a whole lot of our ESO leaders here.
Doesn't look like it. Lavam on Wednesday night has started a double trials run. We knock out 2 of them within 2 hours, which is actually usually takes about an hour and a half. We've got a lot of DPS kicking off right now in our trials groups, and they're going very smoothly.
Awesome.
We have a big hole on Friday night. Peleus had his event then, and I'd like for somebody to feel that if they would.
Yeah, it
I'm
was.
not sure if
He was
they're going.
what? I think since he started leading, he's led over 250 events, which is pretty crazy. Being he didn't really start that long ago, so he's going to be a big set of shoes to fill. Definitely going to be missed.
Was his event the Friday night lights with the Emperor?
That's
Yes,
it.
yes.
Emperor Peleus.
Oh, wow.
And we was turning it to trial runs near the end.
Yeah, it was probably one of the bigger events. So yeah, it's going to be some very big shoes to fill. I mean, he was one of our only emperors, so it's not going to be easy to take over that torch. All right, let us continue. Questions and answers for ESO. Anyone have any?
I do.
Go ahead.
When does the patch for one-time real hits?
They haven't really announced that from what I've seen, but my guess is Gamescom or PAX will probably be where they'll reveal that. Or QuakeCon. QuakeCon's going on right now, isn't it?
Believe so. It's what all the ads indicate.
Yeah, so it might be QuakeCon. I don't know if they're ready yet to announce it. I think it's probably going to be a later this year, probably September timeframe when they announce it. But, you know, they kicked out Dark Brotherhood and then this Update 11, like, pretty close to each other. They were like a month apart. So I don't know if they're going to have another one and then one Tamriel, or if one Tamriel is going to come first. But one Tamriel basically allows you to play any class in any realm with any realm. So that it's kind of doing what Rift did, where it knocks down the walls and lets people play together. So that's kind of, they've already kind of done that a little bit with the dungeons, and they're going to do that across the board with the open world PvE content too. So you can basically play as any race, and it won't matter where you're from. You can still play with other people. The only place it's going to matter is AVA. So, in my guess, eventually that's going to change too, and you'll be able to define your allegiance. So.
We missed a couple of things on Update 11, and that is that you can, buying crowns with money, you can change the race of your tune, the name of your tune, and the appearance of your tune anytime you want now.
That's good.
Oh.
Fashionable. Alright, let us blow through the rest of this content. Social adventures. People who have been asking about social adventures. Well, here we go. Our current lineup right now, we have World of Warcraft, led by Twyla. You can go to gsch.info/SA, that's for social adventures, /WoW. All the acronyms will get you to the pages where they talk about each of these games. We have Black Desert Online with Ludoki. We are currently going through a little bit of a migration in BDO. Definitely touch base with Ludoki. We're looking at a couple of options. He is still in charge, still kind of driving the ship forward. We are looking to possibly merge our crew with another crew, so get in touch with Ludoki and see if it's the right fit for you. Otherwise, I'm going to still be retaining the old GSCH shell in hopes that one day they'll let us go backwards instead of forwards and get back in the content level that we can actually do. So that's been one of our big things is we were such a big guild out the gate, there's no way to go backwards. So it's still judging us as a giant guild, and we have about half the numbers that we need to be able to do a lot of the content. So it's kind of forced us to have to leave our guild to go be able to participate in content. So that's kind of crappy, but it is what it is. And so we're going to kind of sit on the GSCH in hopes that one day we'll be able to take it back over and reduce it so that we can actually play the content that we're at the right level for. But if not, then we'll probably just keep on riding with other guilds until then. So talk with Ludoki. He knows what's up. We have Warframe, who we passed over to Haggle. This originally started as a social adventure or a Streams of Epic Adventure that then turned into a Weekend Warrior, which then turned into a side quest, which then has pretty much been contagious, and everyone that's touched it has loved it. We ran across Haggle, an old-time Warhammer Online friend, and he has been diehard into Warframe for quite some time. So I passed over the keys to him and said, hey, go ahead and run it, do with it what you want, and he has turned it into a freaking Ferrari of a video game. I mean, if you go to our guild hall, wow. I mean, it's just astonishing the work that he's done, and he had to farm all those supplies pretty much himself to get that thing built. And he's helped a lot of us through, get a lot of us prepped for the various streams that we were doing. He's put a lot of work into that, and it is our number 3 stream right now, or not stream, but social adventure. So that's quite something. We have Orcs Must Die Unchained, led by Smitty. I don't think he knows that he's leaving it yet. Next time he logs in, he'll notice he's leaving it. So, OMDU. OMDU! Yes, this is a very fun game. It's odd. You wouldn't think that you'd like it, but once you start playing it, it's like crack. You just can't put it down. Check it out. Connect with Smitty. He'll show you the ropes. It is coming for PS4 later this year. I'll be playing it on there as well. So if you want to connect there, we do have a clan set up. It is actually labeled Gaiscioch because it was created by the devs. And the devs helped us put it together and get a little bit of a level on it before the game started. And I figure being one of the devs is actually a member of ours. We actually have, I think, 3 people from Robot Entertainment that are part of our community. So I figure we might as well, in honor of them, leave it. So we're just rolling with the Gaiscioch and Orcs Must Die Unchained. So if you want to join up, go join up. It's a ton of fun. Life is Feudal, or as Kitty likes to call it, let's watch the grass grow. This is a game that I passed over to Kitty. We did a stream of Epic Adventure. It was... Yes.
It was.
It was. But there are some people that really like this game, and now that they've built up the world and made it actually fun, so that you're not working, you're actually playing, it's quite a good little endeavor, and we had the guy that runs the server ended up joining us as well. So we now have our own GSCH server. With Kitty's help of organizing things and keeping things moving forward, we now have a pretty solid Life is Feudal crew. So thank you, Kitty and company, for that. Jerome, I know you're putting in some time there. Lastly, we got Warface, run by me. Twyla is pretty much probably my number 2. She's trying to pass me right now on the ranking board, but we have some serious fun in that game. It's a first-person shooter, free, that has rating in it, and it has a lot of very hard missions that change daily. So give it a try. That's gsch.info/SA/war. And then Rift. Rift is an interesting topic. We were once a Rift chapter. A lot of you guys actually met us in Rift. And now that 4.0 has been announced, I don't know if any of you caught it, but there is a simple thing of fortress sieges. I have no idea what that entitles. I have no idea what that means. I saw that buzzword mentioned, and I'm like, what's going on here? So I'm looking for somebody that would be willing to step up in Rift and take the helm. I will pass over the keys to the castle and let you run the ship. But I would like to get some kind of social adventure going in Rift again for the 4.0 content coming soon. We have a guild house. We have a guild almost completely leveled up. We have daily missions. We have an unlimited guild roster. We have everything pretty much set up there. So all you would have to do is log in, say hi to some people, maybe recruit a few new people, and go out and have a good time. I know some of you still play it. So if you know somebody and you want to give it a shot, come talk to me and let me know. Really would like to see Rift be another big part of our family, even if it's just as a social adventure. And if those fortress sieges or siege warfare, well then you'll see me there in two steps of a cart there. I mean, that was the one thing that made me want to leave Rift in the first place, was not having siege. If that was patched, in all honesty, Rift was the best guild system I've ever used. So that wouldn't be a very hard decision. Anyways, I am scheduling our very first Social Adventures Leaders meeting for August 20th at 1 p.m. If you are able to attend, please do so. Even if you're just curious as to what the Social Adventures are, please feel free to come out. Love to have you guys there. I figure it would be a good time for us to kind of go over some of the basics of what Gaiscioch is, make sure you guys are all on the same page, and make sure that everyone has the tools that they need to thrive. So, thank you guys. So coming soon, Social Adventures. These are the ones that we pretty much know are going to have a social adventure when they officially launch. Camelot Unchained, yes, that's probably the biggest, most wanted social adventure I've heard in a long time. Bless. Once it's released, they had a little bit of a slowdown with the buyout of another company. Area Games decided to buy Gaiscioch or something of that nature, and the whole transaction took a little longer than they thought it would, and they weren't able to move on Bless until that was complete. So now that is complete, and they're moving forward on Bless again. Still, ETA is sometime at the end of this year. They're supposed to be in testing. So we'll see about that. Crowfall, I know a lot of you guys are real big fans of Crowfall, and I look forward to playing that with you guys. As soon as we're able to get in there and set things up, we'll definitely have a social adventure over there. That should be pretty fun. Gloria Victus, I'm pretty much ready to set up a social adventure whenever you guys are ready. If any of you guys have it and want to play it, let me know. It's a really fun kind of medieval simulator, no magic, just swords, shields, bashing each other's heads, and it's fun. Chronicles of Valeria, this is probably one of the biggest potentials that we have on the horizon. It's going to be really interesting to kind of see how that one shapes out. Land of Britain, still a long ways off, but we're keeping an eye on it. And then Shards Online. You guys probably saw some of the streams that we've done in the past on Shards Online, as well as some of the articles that we've written about it. That's pretty much a build your own world simulator. You can pretty much build your own planet and have all your own quests, pretty much taking the player-generated content to a whole new level. But we'll see when that one comes out, where we stand with that. So that's pretty much what we have on the horizon for social adventures. Does anyone want to promote their events that's going on in their social adventure or their social adventure in general? Now's the time. Twyla, go.
I didn't even get to hit the X yet. Starting on next Tuesday, we're going to, in World of Warcraft, we're going to start having the demon invasions, and those are going to be going on, and then everybody will be able to roll their demon hunter if you've pre-purchased Legion, so it's going to be very exciting. We're going to start almost daily groups next Tuesday. And then, of course, on the 30th, Legion launches. So just a lot of excitement right now. We've got well over 50 active players. We also still have more than a handful of people now who are brand new to World of Warcraft, and we're just really enjoying taking them through and getting them to learn everything. And it's just a really, really fun experience for everybody, I think.
All right, and you're going to hopefully start up your PvP stream?
Yes, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to have a little social adventure meeting in WoW tomorrow night. But yeah, that's definitely what I'm hoping, is that we're going to do some Battlegrounds on Sundays nights, which we had already been playing with, and to get a set Battleground group and to stream it, I think is going to be a ton of fun.
So yeah, you can look forward to that coming in the next month or so. Go ahead, Jerome.
All right. We already have a custom kind of meeting hall on the Life is Feudal social adventure, and there's an event tomorrow where we're going to actually start building our event center, where we're going to have various courses for races and other competitions and just general fun, which should be interesting. And just as an aside, if anybody does want to get any help in Neverwinter with the SA, I have got a character up to max level now, so I can actually power through most stuff.
Speaking of Neverwinter, if any of you guys are on PS4 and playing Neverwinter, come see me sometime. I'd like to connect with you guys and set up a little container of a guild so we can chat with each other and play with each other. So I am playing Neverwinter pretty much late nights, pretty regularly. So if you're around late nights, I'd love to play with you. Go ahead, Smitty.
Okay, so since I am now the Orcs Must Die leader, I was thinking about seeking interest to have an event during the week for Orcs Must Die. Now, obviously, with Orcs Must Die, they are parties of 5. So if we were going to have an event, we would either have an interest of 5 people for a group with alternates, or if we can get enough interest in that event for the day, have 2 groups who are running the event at the same time. So if there is any interest, please get a hold of me, contact me, let me know. I will be putting up a poll shortly, and I'll link that out to see where the interest is for that. Otherwise, we'll just leave it as people coming in and going through the guild as needed. So that's what I got to say about that.
One thing about that, Smitty, is that the survival is only 3-player now. You have to do these the siege mode if you want to do 5-player.
Correct.
Until you get to level 80. Once you're at level 80, you can do the endless rest, which are crazy fun. All right, so that pretty much covers it. I don't see any more X's. No more X's anywhere. No. I think that's all of them.
Whoops.
Go ahead, Kitty.
I don't know if we mentioned this already with Jadon. The Life is Feudal server no longer has a password. It's open for everyone to join. And there is no more mods needed. You don't need to download or install anything extra.
Nice. Alright, let's go ahead and advance a little. Gaiscioch Magazine. We are looking for writers and editors. Do you love games? We do too. Write for us. Or with us. We do game reviews, previews, guides, recipes, art, music, movies, and more. If you want to write about it, we want to publish it. Definitely hit me up or write magazine@gaiscioch.com, and I can fill you in. This is a volunteer position. None of us get paid. None of us make anything. The magazine is completely a no-profit thing. We do it because we love doing it. We do it because we have fun doing it. And we do it because, well, hey, game developers actually read our magazine. How weird is that? So anyways, we are still trying to put out an issue this month, although I don't know that we have enough content quite yet. We had to delay the last magazine because my daughter's trip was kind of in the middle of it, and it kind of messed up our timeline. But I'm hoping by the end of August, early September, we'll have the new issue out. So stay tuned for that. Gaiscioch live streams. For those of you that didn't know, Gaiscioch has put a serious effort into live streaming. I've decided to do a lot of my day-to-day gaming things and just stream it. Why not? So we have a large lineup now, and we're about to add another stream on Sundays with Twyla. But right now we have the Streams of Epic Adventure Monday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific. That's gsch.info/SOEA. We have the Siege War on Tuesdays. Sorry, I didn't change that. That should be Tuesdays at 6 p.m. See how bad of a freaking Guild Wars 2 player I am? I can't even keep my own schedule right. But the Siege War is a World v. World view of the Siege War. And we go out there and World v. World for 2 hours and show you what World v. World is like in GW2 and what the fight is like as an SOR. Living in this giant terrarium of carnage. Yes, that's a pretty good way to describe it. We got Smitty streams on Fridays at 7 p.m. Pacific. That is pretty much our indie game spotlight. We have all sorts of indie games that Smitty goes through and turns into hilarious games. It's a fun show. He's by far the most popular stream that we have. So check him out. He's definitely entertaining. He's got a great voice. He's got a reflective head. It's great.
Wow.
And then Fridays at 11 p.m., you got my pitiful attempt of roleplay in Guild Wars 2 or Guild Wars Adventures. You did that wrong. Man, I'm off my game today. So Guild Wars Adventures is a look at the various Guild Wars content through the eyes of the character. So you can join me and my friend Dawn as we try to in-character our way around the various content. Sometimes it's a bit hard to explain, but hey, like this week's episode, the person I was talking to was acting like I knew the person that died, and I never played that content, so I have no idea what they're talking about, but I was still going anyways. So I'm like, okay, it's kind of like going to the party, and someone's like, hey, how you doing? Nice seeing you again. And you're like, who the hell are you? But hey, that's pretty much the way it is. But it'll be fun. So we have Weekend Warriors, Saturday at 11 a.m. Pacific. That is kind of a in-shift game right now. We're trying to figure out which calendar lines up best for us. We're going to try to progress as a team through some of these games. It's basically going to be team-focused games, so whether it's PvP or PvE, we're going to be working as a unit and trying to keep the same crew each week and progress through the story to show you the content that you might not see until you're at the end game. So we're going to be doing those on Saturdays at 11 a.m. Pacific. Then we have weekday side quests at 3 p.m. Those are the PS4 adventures. It's basically story-based content. You won't hear me talking a lot. I won't be talking over the dialogue. You'll pretty much be able to enjoy the story and watch me just totally obliterate everything in my path. Those are weekdays at 3. And just as a side note, if you're wondering why I'm not on a microphone, it's because I'm actually working out at that time. I'm riding my bike 30 miles a day. So when I'm not on voice, I'm breathing heavy, and you don't want to hear that. So there you go. And then my late night stream, as I unwind for the day and decide to go blow stuff up, that's at 11 p.m. Pacific. Those are my PC streams. It's definitely a fun time. You can join me for a lot of those. A lot of those are multiplayer games that if you wanted to play with me, come see me. I'd love to have you. So there you go. That's our lineup. Whitetail lineup. So Streams of Epic Adventure, these are the games that we have lined up for the next 4. We have Livelock, which is a new cooperative top-down shooter. Kind of like Diablo with guns. Then you have Evolve, Stage 2. This is the game that got released a couple years ago and completely crashed and burned and died a horrible death. And they decided, you know what? The original group that published this did it completely wrong. Why don't we build it the way that we actually intended it? And they rebuilt it and turned it into the game that they thought they were going to make when they signed up for the job and didn't get the chance to make. So Evolve Stage 2, we're going to give that a look on the 15th. Hound's Last Hope, this is kind of like ZMR, except a little more fun, in my opinion. And then Hawken, this is like MechWarrior, except multiplayer and fun. So it should be fun. So definitely check it out. Weekend Warriors.
So epic.
These are the games that we're trying to play on Weekend Warriors right now. Warframe, Orcs Must Die Unchained, Warface, Vermintide. You'll notice that 3 of the games in our regular rotation start with War. And we're looking at possibly adding Warhammer 40k, Eternal Crusade to that list. Now that they have the PvE content, we might want to, push on through that. We are also looking at Vindictus, Overwatch Paladins, and Ghost in the Shell First Assault Standalone Complex. Yeah, it's the longest title you've ever seen on a video game. It's amazing how long that title is. I mean, yeah, it's actually Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex First Assault Online. That is the title of the game. I mean, ever hear of a character limit? But hey, there you go.
That always seems to be the way the Ghost in the Shell team has titled their stuff. So if you look at the animes and the mangas, it's always followed that sort of long title pattern.
Yeah, it's just really long. So when you're trying to stream on Twitch, it actually kind of crops the name, so you can't even tell what you're streaming because it's so long. But anyways, you can check out our lineup at gsch.info/ww. Then side quests. Here's the games I'm currently showing. I'm showing Wolfenstein: The Old Blood Mondays. Tuesdays is Watch Dogs. Wednesdays is Far Cry 4. Thursdays is Assassin's Creed Black Flag. And Fridays we just kicked off Mad Max, which is kind of an over-top game. I mean, that was a bit crazy. For PC, we're going to be showing The Villain, Orcs Must Die Unchained, Warface, and Warframe. So that's what's coming up. You can check out more at gsch.info/sidequests. Smitty streams. Go, Smitty.
Smitty always has interesting stuff coming up. Beings that we have. The whole stream started around the concept of I purchase a lot of Humble Bundles. In as much I get a lot of games that were just sitting in my Steam account. So I figured I'll start a stream where I will play these games and make you guys laugh at them. It has started to blow up to the point where developers of indie games have seen this and are actually starting to send us game keys to demo their indie games on Smitty streams. So Fog doesn't have a list up there. That's because I haven't given him one. We've been having so much stuff coming in that I actually have to do all the scheduling and get everything laid out. But I do guarantee you that not only do we have a lot of cool indie stuff coming in, but I will also mix in some of the stuff with the Mercs. Last night we went through Duck Game again, and one of the better, more watched games was when we actually did Cards Against Humanity. So we will definitely be throwing that into the mix again, so keep an eye out for that. That'll be a read them stream when that does happen. But there is a lot of stuff coming up, so keep an eye out. So like Fogg said, you can always go to gsch.info/ss or Smitty Streams, and you can find out the schedule there.
Awesome. Then Guild Wars Adventures, if you want to see me roleplay or laugh at me roleplaying, there you go. gsch.info/GWA. Jeez, I suck today. I obviously have not had enough caffeine or something. I can't even spell. So that's supposed to be GWA, just saying.
Yes, Fogg is not streaming Grand Theft Auto.
No, not today. It could be Great Tyrian Adventure. Yeah, that's actually where you'll go if you type that in. You'll end up at the Great Tyrian Adventure site. Anyways, questions or answers? Anyone have any questions? Yes, I have lost my brain. Thank you for pointing that out.
I'm just going to give this as a general note. This is a magazine-themed thing for the family as a whole. If you have any games that are newer on PC that you think would be great to have a preview or a review of, please let me know. You can contact me on the website. You can contact me on the Facebook group. You can contact me on Discord. Pretty much anywhere you want to find me, except for probably Twitter, as I'm not active there. And I take a look at what I've got for new games and what's out there, and I've been writing a whole lot of preview reviews for the magazine right now. Always looking for more feedback on what you guys want to see.
Awesome, thank you. Alright, I'm not seeing any questions pop up, so I guess we'll move on. Go ahead and get social with us. On Twitter, gsch.info/Twitter, Facebook/Facebook, Twitch/Twitch, YouTube/YouTube, Discord/Voice, and Steam/Steam. As always, you can learn more about our community by going to gsch.info. Feel free to hit us up sometime. Love to chat with you guys. You know, the various people that are watching streams and put up with my shenanigans and fall off cliffs with me. You guys are the stars of the show. You guys are what keeps me going and makes me log in every day and decide to do this. So thank you so much for being a part of our community and being a part of everything that we do. So you guys, hats off to you guys. You guys are doing great. So that leaves us to the end. Slong de Voil. See you next time.